me. Oh, shit. That boy is Negro Dominus for real. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. That boy called us score perfect. He even said, when I say he, I'm talking about me because me is he. He even said that the Falcons are going to be shutting out Green Bay at halftime. Shut up. Wow. Oh, my gosh. Hey, I got to be the greatest. I got to be the greatest. I got to be the greatest. That's right. You heard it right there. And the videotape, the audio tape don't lie. Now, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that some of you didn't hear that on Friday Live, but you just heard it just now. Oh, boy. God damn. That boy good. That boy good. Oh, and I really needed that, too. I really needed that because, as you know, I didn't hear anybody say too much about the Pittsburgh Steelers pick, but I did pick the Steelers to upset New England, and that didn't happen. Now, what I will say, I did pick Pittsburgh to beat New England, but what I will say is I think that you kind of got to give me, a little bit of leeway. You got to throw that pick out of the window when Le'Veon Bell gets hurt in the first half. Right. So what I'm going to do is, and I only think it's fair, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show on the Stewart Media Entertainment Network, and I think all of the Stewies, everybody in the chat room, everybody listening to the sound of my voice, I think all of the Stewies will give me what they call a pass, okay? We'll just disregard my pick of Pittsburgh beating New England because Le'Veon Bell got hurt very early in that game. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Stewies. Thank you, Stewies. Wow. Man, I tell you what, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and here's the thing about it, and we're going to talk about this all day long. We're going to break down the game, Falcons and Packers. We'll also talk about the New England Pittsburgh game on yesterday evening, but we'll also talk about the Patriots, man, and what they've done over this incredible run that they've had, even though most of it's attributed to them cheating. We'll also talk about Tom Brady and what he's done, and we got a little early preview of Super Bowl 51. But the first thing that came to my mind, man, when the Falcons, it was evident that the Falcons were going to win this game on yesterday. They were dominating in such dominating fashion. The first thing that came to my mind is that a lot of y'all listening to the show right now, a lot of y'all that are listening to the sound of my voice right now, a lot of y'all wanted Rex Ryan to be the coach of this team. Y'all remember that? And I hate to do it, but what I kind of specialize in is not only sarcasm and wit and humor, but I also specialize in reminding you of shit. Yeah. A lot of y'all wanted Rex Ryan to be the head coach of this team. And I started just thinking and looking back at all of the facets that got the Atlanta Falcons to the Super Bowl this year, and if I had to name them, I would say number one would probably be Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn is basically the head. He's steering the ship. In 2 years, Dan Quinn has taken the Atlanta Falcons to the Super Bowl. In 2 years, in his second year, Dan Quinn has taken the Atlanta Falcons to the Super Bowl. I think I would put him as the number one reason why the Falcons made it to the Super Bowl, because he's the puppet master. He controls everything. And then in some type of order, maybe I'll do a video on this a little bit later, or I'll give a definitive order. But I don't have an order right now. Second on that list, third, fourth, fifth on that list, if I gave a top five, would be Matt Ryan and his phenomenal play. I'd give the defense that just came of age so quickly. And really, that kind of harkens back to Dan Quinn, the head coach of the team, man. You look at all of these guys on the defense, man. Deion Jones, Devondre Campbell, Keanu Neal. Vic Beasley in his second year, man. I mean, the defense, man, was just incredible on yesterday. And nobody saw that except for me in talking about this game on Friday. Yeah. I see my man Chuchi in the chat room says the Patriots cheating asses pulled a fire alarm. Yeah. We'll talk about that too. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. So there's just so many different facets of this team, man, that just had to come together for them to make it to the Super Bowl, man. We'll break down the Super Bowl once again and, you know, some of the things you need to know about the big game. But all you really need to know, man, and talking about this off the top, man, is that I've seen a lot of Falcons football games since I've been here. I moved here in 1995. We started doing sports radio in 2001. We started the Two Live Stews tailgate in 2001. Or maybe it was 2002, I think was the first year. And a lot of disappointing football, man. Not just a lot of disappointing football, a lot of what you would call heartbreaking football. But I tell you what, man, this organization right now, and I give credit where credit's due. I've been very critical of the Atlanta Falcons over the years, deservingly so. But this organization right now, no matter what happens in the Super Bowl, no matter what happens, man, this organization right now, where it's at, with the young pieces that it has on its team, with the young coaching staff, with the young head coach and Dan Quinn, once again, the players and what they've accomplished and the upside and so many things, man. This organization right now is a far cry from the Smiths. The Smith family owned the Atlanta Falcons, I think, for the entire time the organization has been around, before Arthur Blank bought the team. But this organization, this team right now, man, the sky is the limit. Congratulations to the Falcons. Ball award to the Atlanta Falcons. Hey, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. But once again, the totally easy way to be totally interactive is just to jump into the chat room on Spreaker.com. I'll read a lot of your thoughts all throughout the day and get your reaction to the games this past weekend as the Atlanta Falcons punched their ticket for a Super Bowl and the New England Patriots as well. Yeah, I'll get your predictions as well, man. Your thoughts on everything from this past weekend. And man, Falcons and New England Patriots. The first Patriots Super Bowl, the first one they got, and I think they have 4. The first Super Bowl came against the St. Louis Rams, the greatest show on turf, Rams. And I'll tell you what, this Falcons team, maybe they aren't the greatest show on turf, and we do have some stats as far as historically where the Falcons offense ranked at. But this Falcons team is damn close. And I continue to say that over the last couple of weeks, man. Just be prepared to score 30. If you're not going to score 30 points, man, it's going to be tough for you to beat the Falcons because they are going to score. It's just too many weapons, just too creative on offense. I think we'd have to bring in Kyle Shanahan as far as giving some love as well, as far as the top 5 things and the reasons why the Falcons have made it to the Super Bowl, man. Kyle Shanahan, I was very critical of the cat last year, deservingly so once again. Deservingly so, but I cannot take anything from that man. He's going to be the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers, and as far as the things that made this team successful and vaulted them to their second Super Bowl in team history, Kyle Shanahan is high up there on the list as well. I'm going to write his name down. Wow. Offensive coordinator. Yeah. Kyle Shanahan, Dan Quinn, Matt Ryan, the defense. Maybe that's it. Is that 4? No. Oh, you know what? The Matt kid, the center that they brought in from Cleveland, man, really changed the dynamic. Really changed the culture of that offensive line, which the offensive line for the Falcons have always been bad as far as I can remember. The Falcons have never had one of those top-tier defensive lines or offensive lines. And, man, this year, Matt coming over, man, from the Cleveland Browns might have been the best signing in the offseason, bar none. It's crazy. It's crazy how one person can do that. It's crazy how one piece can kind of affect, like a domino effect, can kind of affect a lot of different things surrounding him. And Alex Mack comes over from the Cleveland Browns, man, and the rest is history. Once again, one of the real, weak parts or portions of this team in the last 20-plus years. Once again, I moved here in 1995, and I can't ever remember the Falcons having such a good offensive line, able to keep Matt Ryan standing upright. And when he's got time, which most quarterbacks, if they do, but if he has time, man, Matt Ryan has shown this year that he can be a dominant, elite quarterback. Big ups to Alex Mack. I'm going to write his name down, too. Wow. Wow. Yeah. I mean, incredible job. Incredible job. We'll talk about it all day long today. We will break down the Falcons and Green Bay Packers game coming up in the next segment. Last game at the Georgia Dome on yesterday. Our tailgate. Once again, I always say this, man, from the start to the finish. It starts out very good. A lot of people, hundreds of people a lot of times. Depending on what time of year it is, what the weather is, expectations for the team. And then it dwindles down to yesterday. We had 6 ninjas under a tent. Yeah, we had 6 ninjas under a tent. Yeah, my man V from Lithonia was out there. I hadn't seen V in forever. Shouts out to you, V. Oh, my gosh. V from Lithonia out there yesterday helping us cook on the grill. I think he actually did all of the cooking. Shouts out to my man V from Lithonia. But, I mean, the real diehards were out there yesterday. Weather was real nasty, cold, rainy. We were all huddled up under this little 10-by-10 little tent. DJ Bing was out there with all that he do with his mixed tapes and turntables and all of that stuff, playing all of the classic hits and getting us in a nice mood. We had a lot to sip on. I'm halfway alcohol dead today. That's all right, though. Because I knew I had to do a show today, I didn't drink that much because I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I can't tell you how close we came to the show coming on this evening at about 3:30. But we made it. We did it. When we get back, let's jump into the Falcons beating the hell out of the Green Bay Packers just like I told you on Friday. Shut up. It's not my problem that your radio wasn't working right or Spreaker shut down the show or whatever by mistake. That's not my problem. Now just stop with the damn booing now. You heard the audio. Falcons going to the Super Bowl. Back in 3 minutes. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Yes.